Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is April 16th, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. See BC, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana here. If I put this back into towards last night and kind of see that convergence zone activity, mainly north of downtown Seattle there, but it did drift down a bit as we went through the very early morning hours, and still some showers out there ongoing as we speak. And we can't completely rule out a lightning strike maybe over the next couple of days with some of the activity as this low continues to spin here. Very weak low, but it is producing nice onshore flow, good wind energy production for some of the wind farms off to the east of the Cascades. You can kind of see the clouds with the onshore flow moving. So we'll take a look at those details a little bit. We'll take a look at what's coming as we go through the week coming up here. Also, we're probably going to warm up a bit here, and some of the extended forecasts show a nice wrap up as we go through the end of the month as well. Some warm temperatures coming. We'll dive into those details also. And check it out, spring 2024 Skywarn spotter tradings. Still two more here as we go through Friday, April 19th. And you can see the time, and they're online. And there's another one there on May 7th. So check it out, Seattle National Weather Service, if you want to go ahead and do that. And just a reminder that we are pretty windy out there. You can see the strongest winds today between 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Watch out, Ellensburg out there. Some strong westerly winds ripping, and that includes I-90 here as you go out towards Vantage. But yeah, check it out, gusts 50 miles per hour. Watch out if you're driving some high-profile vehicles for those sudden strong winds. And chilly morning lows also. Spokane National Weather Service talking about the gardeners should protect their plants there and blooms for the next few nights. And this is going to go on in through later portions of the week. So yeah, heads up for that. And you can see they did include kind of northern Idaho there and some Alberta and British Columbia for that thunderstorm threat here. And I wouldn't be completely surprised to see a lightning strike over the next couple of days across BC or maybe some of the northern Washington portions here. We'll look at more of that in the models here in a moment. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. I've watched this one a lot more than I do my other stations now because it's very handy and it sends you updates directly to your phone, and the smartphone app is really great. And I get a lot of questions about this too. If you want to order some gear and you want to go ahead and check it out, you can see, you just click on these and it'll bring you to the spread shop, and you can order Pacific Northwest Weather Watch gear. And if you have any ideas for gear as well, leave them in the comments below. Now, taking a look here at the European, this is an artificial intelligence run, 500 millibars, and you can see the system over British Columbia and Alberta now, and that's what's bringing our strong onshore flow and some of that showery activity here. And this pivots, moves off to the east a bit here, and a big ridge builds up into Canada here and tries to include Alaska, southeast Alaska, and that's probably going to allow us to warm up a bit here as we go towards the end of the week. And then this system kind of brushes us here, but the European wants to bounce things back quickly here as we go through the weekend, and then another system rolls through here as we go on in through the early to mid portion of next week. We'll be watching that one closely. That could bring some convergence zone activity, maybe some mountain snows and some thunderstorm activity with it as well. And then it kind of keeps a ridge after that. So kind of going back and forth between these troughs and ridges in the upcoming week or so. And if we take a look at the high resolution rapid refresh here, and if you've been out in the east portions here, this winds have been pretty strong. It's going to continue again through this afternoon, as I mentioned, down the Strait of Juan de Fuca, Strait of Georgia here, some gusty, some brisk northwest winds, I should say, and that's going to continue on in through tonight a bit. And then we start to relax the gradient somewhat here, and we might even turn it offshore a bit here as we start to head on in towards Thursday morning and we start to begin our warm up. Now, taking a look at apparent temperature, there are some sun breaks out there, but it is still pretty brisk. You can see as we go through the afternoon hours, warm up a bit here east of the Cascades, western Washington, not so much, southwest BC, a little bit better across the Willamette Valley. But as we go on in towards tonight into tomorrow morning, you see things still fairly brisk as we go through Tuesday. And then as we head out into Wednesday, you'll see we start to warm things up a bit, and that'll be the beginning of our warming trend as we go towards the end of the week. Now, looking at lightning flash density potential, just going to want to run this by you guys here really quick. You can't completely rule out a lightning strike here. Again, mainly northern portions here as we go through the afternoon today, and then one more time as we go through Wednesday, maybe including Spokane. Maybe you'll see a couple rumbles of thunder or a lightning flash or two out there as we go through Wednesday afternoon. If we go through Thursday, maybe one more. We'll see how that goes. We'll watch that again tomorrow. But if we look at composite reflectivity, you can see the shower activity kind of out and about there, going through this afternoon. Check that out, a little bit more of a convergence zone as we continue the onshore flow. But again, I wouldn't completely rule out a lightning strike with some of this activity out there, but not a huge threat. And then as we go through Wednesday, you can see some additional shower activity popping off across the Cascades, eastern Washington, Idaho, and Montana there as we go on in through Wednesday. Now taking a look at total snow. So if I put this into motion, again, the high resolution rapid refresh, for some reason the NAM 3 cam isn't running this morning, at least not on Weatherbell, but you can see some decent amounts here as we go on in through the next couple of days for some of the Rockies and some of the Cascades up into British Columbia, maybe an inch or so for the very highest terrain of the Cascades of Washington here, but mainly across Idaho and Montana over the next few days. Now, if we look at total precipitation in inches, and again, like we talked, not big precipitation makers, but there are going to be a few showers out there as we go through today, and then one more time as we go through tomorrow. And you can see the Cascades picking up a little bit of rainfall or some of the snowfall for the very highest terrain. And if we look at the daily high and low temperatures on last night's European, check it out. You can see our slow, gradual warming trend. The GFS is actually a little more bullish on the warming, and I'll show you that here in a moment, actually right now. And you can see our temperatures ramp up here. Maybe we'll hit 70 degrees if the GFS is right as we go through Friday, Saturday, drop them down a bit here as we have a trough kind of trying to swing through the area, and then maybe ramping our temperatures back up as we go through the end of the month towards the early portion of May. Here's Portland here on the GFS, something similar here, some nice temperatures starting to show up in our extended forecast. But again, we'll be breaking this down day by day, of course, when you start looking off towards next week. If the confidence in the forecast drops off dramatically. Here's Boise, looking at some warmer temperatures potentially as we go through this weekend and on towards next week. Also, here is Pendleton, Oregon, no exception there. And this is Seattle, so this is the European. So even though it's not quite as warm as the GFS, you can see the red line is the average temperature for this time of year, and the blue line is the average low. So you can kind of see we're scheduled to be somewhat above average here as we go through the next 10, 15 days or so. But again, we'll be breaking that down day by day to see how that trends. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day out there. For those of you guys getting some sun breaks, get out there and enjoy it. Going to start the slow, gradual warming trend as we go through this week coming up, and watch out for a few of those showers out there. And we'll just continue to break things down day by day. Hope you guys are having a good day. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.